You know, the craziest thing is, besides the fact that I don't do a video unless I feel the voices tell me to. That is without a doubt, and I just say that in such general terms, just easy. Oh my God, I ever put that under a microscope? It's like volumes. It doesn't matter. I'm not intrigued by it. People are intrigued. I'm tormented and overjoyed by it. But the point is that it doesn't save the world. Period. Makes mine harder overall because I don't fit in. Here's my point. Do you see how it's off to the side? Well, generally I don't ever do anything purposely or not purposely. You know, I'm just, whether the videos work or don't, it isn't because of my great Steven Spielberg great skill of film and directing and all cinematography. It just happened to be good and mostly like, wow, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. But the reason I'm doing this now is that it struck me. I just felt very like, okay, do something. And but the minute I did it, I said, oh, I'm going to like this because I don't like where I am. My back is so vulnerable. That's what I can't, and I end up in blah, blah, blah. And even though I'm lucky to be where I am, the point is I got lots going on, and I don't get along with my neighbors, and I don't get along within me, and I don't trust me. See, I got so fucking scared. I just dropped something. It was under my armpit that I forgot was there. But that's why I started this video. At least that's what I thought I started it about. So if you, by any chance, are like following me, that seems impossible. But the point is that I am vulnerable. I am so vulnerable. I'm all dressed like this. Now, it could be the sweltering July. You'll see me like this because I've been forced to the woods, as I bellyached on the other tapes. I have a woman who I'm angry with, and I don't like it that she's a nurse, because I'd be much happier if she wasn't in the caregiving industry. It's the ultimate bone in my throat, because I founded AFrownAround.org, and one of the real reasons was so that the vulnerable would have someone to advocate for them, first becoming their friend, and then just naturally wanting to make sure, hey, you didn't change Mary's sheets today. Because what happens is you start to visit with someone once a week, and, you know, after a few months, like, you just go, wow. You know, you're not invested financially. You're not there to sell them, join, or convert. You too. You're learning. You're going home going, wow, man, I'm getting more out of this. I might have been the starting, like, strong battery, but wow. But anyway, the point is, look up AFrownAround.org, AFrownAround.org, Drew Horn, 2013 Voice Award acceptance speech. And I'm excessively paranoid schizophrenic, and I don't know, oh, that's what it is. So the issue is, obviously, like, forget any kindness whatsoever, and that might work. I will be up. I think I like that better. I think that works. I'm crazy. Anyway, alright. Alright, I think this will work. I gotta stop this shit. Let me stop. Anyway, I voted for Bernie Sanders. When I was homeless in Pittsburgh in 2016, I was at one of his rallies. I was so, it doesn't matter. But I'm just looking at this practically. I can give you I'll give you 7-layer reasons why Bernie Sanders should be our president. Wow. But anyway, if you take all those reasons away, I am the vulnerable populace. I am what is called politically the sure poor. I won't make it to the end of any month. I won't. I'm a squatter where I am ultimately, which is what this is about. And the issue is that I'm the vulnerable populace. I'm 65. I've had a heart attack. December 27, 2019. Around the end of November 2018, I had an esophagus perforation, 3 major operations over 2 months in Cooper Hospital, Camden, New Jersey. My doctor cried 4 times in my arms, telling me I was a miracle. My peers don't make it. Anyway, I'm vulnerable. I'm mentally ill. I've been in and out of psychiatric wards over 20 times. The point is that I am vulnerable. I'm afraid, and I've been telling people since I've come out of the closet about really being paranoid, schizophrenic, borderline personality disorder, much more than just, oh yeah, I'm bipolar. And the issue is that I fooled everyone. It's the same gene. It's not hard to. Unfortunate, even the psychiatrists don't understand how much they are puppets. You could say whatever you want about me, but I've experienced it for me and so many of my peers. It's not just the obnoxiousness of watching the pharmaceutical company come in and, forgive me, just like these name it and claim it, like blue suede shoe salesman of the Tin Men. Watch that movie. That kind of a thing. Whatever, all the bling. But they come in, you just know that they're not even allowed to do their direct sales unless they, dress for success. And we're in psychiatric wards. We're just at the end of we're all messed up, and these people have come, and we're waiting a long time to see a psychiatrist. But we're going to wait a lot longer because, I don't know, wowie zowie, powie towie. The corporation of corruption of money and sales, and oh my God, it's disgusting. There's no compassion. Anyway, I don't know why I went off on that. That I don't know. I'm sorry. But I do know I'm the vulnerable populace. And, which means I'm sick in body, sick in mind, a ward of the state. I value my independence, I think, more than the average person, or maybe I just verbalize it more. I don't know. But either way, wow, I really hope I meet somebody that will really kindly euthanize me. I'm afraid to die. I'm afraid of the next step. I'm afraid now, like it's, I swear to God, I'm hearing, I'm not, in one sense, I don't know what's going on, and I don't fit into the real world. I end up in psychiatric wards in just normal everyday situations, and so it's bizarre. Anyway, my whole life, it just doesn't matter how I've been able to make it. The documentary mostly is how I pulled off being paranoid schizophrenic. Oh, it might be the cat. Oh. Anyway, for 57 years, that alone is, to me, I think that's the most astounding story for me to research. But what good does it do? And so the point is I'm vulnerable, and I just got a thing. It basically said whoever owns this place, now there's new management. Now, I know that could mean nothing. It could be, they call paper shift. I really think that's what it's like the term. Which means it's just really switching names and who owns what now, like a will. It's just very, and if it's done from family to family, it's almost expected. So then my situation, which is the kindness of the owner of this place, who could still maintain ownership or part, it's all baka-zippity-doo-dah. These rich have to hide their money because there's so many poor going, can you help me? And they just say, listen, I decided this standard of living and this is what I need, and I decide I'm only going to help my clan, and that's the end of it. And we're the upper end of the middle class, and that's what we're doing. And sorry, I don't know any other way. And I want my kids to go on and still live a much higher life than most people. I want people to completely get rid of money and become equal. Not in suffering. I don't know what I'm trying to do with this. It isn't like, listen, I'm a declawed cat. I grew up with money for 15 years. I swear I did. I didn't understand it. I never was able to enjoy it as an adult, and I'm not too tired to go through all of that. The point is, when I grew up in affluence, and then when I really would have needed money, I had none for 50 years. And I know what it is. I know what it is to be marinated in suffering and to be a declawed cat. I know why so many rich people jumped out of windows. And the working class, down to the raw poor, during the Depression, were like, there was a great element of, from what I've understood, of like, wow, they're jumping out of windows, and because they understood that the standard of living that they were going to have to now come down to still wasn't going to be what the working class and below was already was. And it just struck them so ironic. Like, I'll be okay. You listen, don't. Can I take your place to where you would have? Because your Jumbie cord in so many was not going to be immediate bread lines. But even with that, suffering is the great equalizer. And I don't, by the sweat of your brow, and it's a hard life, and it's a hard knock life, and it's all around economy. So I'm telling you, I think an advanced world will either get rid of human nature, which means that we all are Stedford wives, and see that movie, but male, female. We just, we're all AIs of sorts, which is what I think anyway now, but hopefully we won't be suffering, feeling. Or, I mean that, but I don't want to get into that. Or, damn it, what was I going to say? I have no feeling. Damn it. Oh, a perfected world is somehow, there is no economy the way it is. It's just gone. It's never allowed. It is worse than any sin that could ever be. It just cannot be any global, any form, even tribal. We can't make this easy. We just gotta live more in the day. It's amazing, the affluent finally get affluent, and then they go to a guru who tells them you gotta live in the moment. When you're poor, and you do live in the moment. You just don't know if you're gonna make it to the next day. Especially if you're homeless in Western capitalism that goes, ugh. But they ain't any less when you're in destitute poverty and nobody's got nothing, it's famine. So I don't know what the answer is. I just know economy is so evil. It just is. And it just does something. You get to a certain part of the hill and then you turn around and go, I ain't going to, well, you go, all I own you for somehow, because these few still own me. And it's still such a bizarre caste system. And it's the survival of the fittest, free will, and, work smarter, not harder. The whole concept of, that. Work smarter, not harder. Figure out how to duplicate yourself, and OPM, other people's money, and all this goddamn shit. People are suffering. Anyway, so now I could be homeless, like really bad. Like a lot's been stirring my nest. They had this, I think I talked about another thing. They had I'm just so on edge, a smoke detector for 2 days, because I don't anticipate people understanding the way I see art, and I have no say-so. I have no money, I have no power, I have no family, I have nothing, like, I have no say-so. I have anybody, I am the end. I'm the end. Like someone's gotta be the end. I'm it. I'm lucky I had my dad and Elizabeth. I'm lucky in a lot of things. I'm not here, but I would, in surviving, no. Not at all. Wow. And I'm trying to get you to become a friend for somebody in a nursing home, psych ward, jail, orphanage, shut-in, zillions. You know, I'm missing, I usually have a repertoire here. It doesn't matter. The point is, they say nursing home. At the same time, I feel like I'm teetering on, like I'm soon to be back into the system bad. And I would leave the system to go to the streets. And the very last time that happened, I bolted from the streets. It was a very bad situation. People from the streets seriously took advantage of my kindness, but that's understood. It's just, you know, the point is they should have taken the high road and they didn't. And so I had to really bolt. I was in homeless there for almost 2 years, but I had to leave now. They just created a major thing. And the issue is when my daughter could be dead already. Like dead. I told her I don't want to ever know. I'm just that way. And you fucking kind of like people who don't ever, I don't want to know. So the point is, my daughter had cancer, it's bad, and she would take care of me. She was my rattler, she kept me going. You have nobody, but that's not my point. I don't even know what my fucking point is. I don't know. I'm vulnerable. And I would want independence. And money is independent. Like, if you know, listen, you have no health, then you're done. It does. I'm so aware of that. Like, more than the average person. You know, I used to be a kid and I'd listen to like old timers going, I tell them, you got your help, you got everything. If you don't have your help, nothing. You should listen to that Simon and Garfunkel. Forgive me, guys. You transformed my life. I mean that. Like as if you were my personal gurus. Paul Simon, your writing has changed me and affected me, and I'm grateful. Many. But when you did, please forgive me, but the whole hour, so many, but the point is when you just recorded the old people, oh my God, I think it's bookends. Oh my God. Nothing less than an old person that's poor. I'm just faced all that. All right. Anyway, ultimately subscribe to this because I want you to become a friend to the end. I want you to open your heart. I want your empathy to grow. I want your apathy to diminish. And I don't think you need to do it in any big way. I think you just need to pick up your phone, call the closest nursing home. After Googling it, you can just do all that stuff. It's astounding to me. Tell somebody, I think I could get a college education, just Google. It's just astounding. I don't have a GED. But anyway, my point is, activities director, tell them you're willing to visit one person once a week for about an hour. On the phone till the coronavirus. And you just be one person's friend to the end. I'm telling you changed their life. I dedicated my life to doing that for, I should say, about 20 years. And, wow, I'm sick fuck. I am. But anyway, you can end loneliness. You can. You can save 2 lives. You say, well, I don't give a shit about the world. I don't either. I don't know why God doesn't. I don't mean to make anybody mad. I just don't get it. But Solomon didn't either, and he was a very religious man who loved God, and David didn't, and he was a very religious man who loved God. I don't know anything about my great-grandfather, who was a rabbi. All I know is that the world suffers. I don't want to, and there's a simple, curable epidemic called loneliness, and if you decide to go, hey, I'm going to pay attention to one person every week, like a strong battery on a week, I'll learn from them. I'm not there for anything else but you two. Wow. 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 So let's end on a do. I'll be your friend to the end. Wow, my songwriting is astounding. Be a friend.